wanted to, you can use it for combat.
Yep.
That's it.
Oh, not just defense.
Not just defense, because and it can be used to settle.
Yeah.
So those are the two special ones.
Gotcha. All right. What you do?
Play Jack Pro for food.
Okay.
And you'll play your whole hand out.
Oh, I do? Okay. And how many can I play?
You play all of them.
Okay.
You play all of them. You can also discard cards at the end of your hand if you don't want. Regardless, you're going to draw up the 5. You can also hold cards, right?
Okay.
So you can hold cards, you can discard cards, and play them all for action.
Alright. But just because I'm working through this, I'm going to start by getting my food first. Because I've used them for food, I can't use them for additional action.
Right. Yeah. But let's walk through some examples. Somerset, right? You could, if you wanted to, take 2 food and use Somerset to buy this for 2 food, right? For example. You obviously have unit cards.
Right.
You could have taken some food and then use Somerset to launch an attack, right? So you can do all sorts of different things, but that taking 3 food is not a bad. You just chuck those unit cards or keep them to defend or whatever you want to
Start, yeah. And I can, so if I discard cards, these go back into the deck and then I draw 4.
So let's say you want to keep one of those 2, right? Yeah. Which one do you want to discard?
Discard this.
So put that in your discard pile. Flip it over, because he'll know what it is. Then you draw your hand up to 5. You won't be able to. So
Right.
draw those 3. Then you shuffle that one and take it off.
All right. So, boom, boom, boom. Get some chow. For me, I got some chow. Then I'm going to go from Chipwoods. See if I know our way.
Now with the food discard, does that go back into
No.
the...
So once the food, and this is the clock.
So if he spent one,
Yeah, if he spends one, it's out of the deck. Yep, and that's super important. But he hasn't spent one yet.
he was just spending one.
No, I was just buying 2.
Okay, buying 2.
Chipwoods is going to attack
We're going to expand it.
Slavin, or going to expand into Slavin Hill.
Okay.
So I'm not attacking.
Right. So all you have to do is play Chitwoods and it's one of the.
So he's not. So I could have done.
Yeah, you can take another one.
Yeah. So that's,
And now you play this. It's all the person says it takes back.
and then I have to pay the 2 chow.
Yeah, and she sounded like
You would mark it as present. You would find the card, put it in your discard pile, and you would increase your victory point by 2 because you've got it 2. Okay. One thing I didn't mention: if at any point somebody reaches the 20-point threshold, they take the marker of power, just like if you had triggered the ending, so your opponent would still have an opportunity to try to blame you. So that's not
Now, if I were to take Slave and Mill, would that be a 4-point swing?
Yeah, and actually it would be a 5 points because he would take his cue plus he would lose 2 and you potentially gain 2 if you second.
Well, I can't attack him here because he's not immediate.
Well, and remember, like with Chitwoods, you could have upgraded, or you could buy, so do a lot of things to prep for in this early period.
yeah.
And upgrading costs 1, right?
Upgrading the location costs 1. And you get
Gotcha.
And so I'm gonna play 2 for food.
And then if you go
Play 3 for food. And then
treasure
I'm
chest,
going
there's different backs to
to
pick from, there's boxes.
buy Champ Ferguson.
So that's so he plays the Jamestown card, which lets him buy it. He has 1 through, and so that goes into the discard pile. Champ.
is that on the board?
He's not expanding. He's just taking that card. You just added it to his.
Oh, that's one of the troopers.
Yeah. You want to hold on to that? So all those go to this card.
So I am gonna go do some food.
I think, Chad, you had it dead. I think you just shuffled the discard. But it doesn't matter. Just be careful.
Gotcha.
It's not a huge deal.
Okay.
So I do that, and then my friends have no business. I only have one. I wanna upgrade Huntsville.
So you can either upgrade it, or you could also buy it.
I like the 3 breastworks, so I think I'll do that.
So it's 1 cube to upgrade. You put a cube in it to mark that it's upgraded. So now it's showing you use the bottom.
Yep.
And you score a victory point when you upgrade.
Okay. And then since I have no more food, then I'm going to be doing this to get more food. And then I think I'm just going to ice cream. What's that?
Right. It's got a gift card.
Yeah, just straight down very end. Unless you want the cube,
One
you're welcome.
food. And then in Warford, I'm gonna add my. Do I move it?
You want to expand?
Okay. Yeah, I'll expand.
Yeah, so from Wartburg, for example, you have two options. You play Wartburg to expand here, uncontested, which you can do, which you'd spend 2 food. Or you could have played it face down and attacked into it. Right, those are your 2 options. So spend 2 food.
2 food.
You're present here, so you gain 2 victory points. And you get the
Really fuzzy cats in there too, just because I thought they were cute. They're not
Goes into my
trees, but
discard.
into your discard. So now you know that Huntsville can be attacked from the discard.
All right.
Right.
I don't know what I was going to do. 10, I didn't do that. I'm just, who knows what's going through my mind right now. Thinking about 18 seconds. I think I should have rescued him last time. Did you hear about what happened last night? So we have you done that before? With Grant Alexander running?
I played last year.
Okay. So they did the same thing. There was 8 of us, 9 of us. So we split into 2 groups, and then so we're doing our little adventures. And then we were coming back, and when we came back, Grant was playing. I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. Grant's playing with us. And then he was after the Battle of Breeds Hill, and we successfully pushed the Redcoats back. And it just seemed like we were going too easy, you know. So we're like waiting for whatever's going to happen next. And some looks like the British captured one of our officers, so we went out there, rescued other British guys. Grant comes up to the officer and says, "Do you know who I am? Did a great mission last night. Good job. My name is, I don't know what his real name was. My name is Indigo Montoya. Kill my love, prepare to die." And then turns into a werewolf.
Oh.
And then once he became a werewolf, then he was killing everybody.
Yeah.
So then it was like, oh crap. So there was a traitor element.
So it's nations, cannons, and werewolves last night.
Right.
That's cool.
It's cool. Grant, you're playing with us, but really, it was just a plan.
Yeah. Nice. Nice. That's awesome.
But there is a vision of how to complete the whole game if you play.
You can play it open if you want. I can kind of walk
Yeah,
through
well, because I'm debating, because I don't know what the value is of just attacking and harassing.
Yeah. So for example, without Tim knowing, without you knowing what Tim has, etc. Tim's not added. If you had played the game multiple times, you would know Tim hasn't added any cards to his deck, right? So you right now could attack from Jamestown using a 2 strength card, right? Tim would have to defend New River with his starting combat cards, which only have 1 strength and New River. So you actually have a pretty good chance of being successful at removing his cube. You couldn't settle it. So a pretty good chance of removing it. Worst case, you make him play a card, but he on his turn then can't do anything.
Let's do that just for.
So you would. So the way this would have worked is you would have said, "I'm attacking you, Jamestown." Right. This phase.
Okay. And that's the cost.
No, so you won't have to pay any food at all because you're not going to sell it.
Okay. All right. I'm tapping from Jamestown.
So the way, and again, you would play one card, he'd have to pass, and then you could follow it up.
Yeah.
You want to play six. So he was able to successfully defend because the defender wins ties. He's got one combat value from New River itself, one from the Loyalists. So the attack fails,
Right.
but you pull 2 cards out of his hand.
Okay.
And now you draw back up to 5, and he has to start his turn down.
What's this upgrade?
That means you can expand from slave. Never place from
All right, so I'm going to buy food with those 2.
And in this case, with a slave mill card, probably you just wind up with this card. Unless you want to hold it to the later in a later time. But otherwise,
Playing right now.
you don't have a person.
Oh, that. Yep. So yeah, I'll just discard. Now, could I have used this for defense?
You can only use the place that's being
Yeah. All
attacked.
right. So I did that. Good.
Yep, that's right. Yep.
All right. Do I get a victory point for the successful defeat?
You do not.
Confederates?
But you don't lose one. Same.
So what's the plus card if I have? or
That was
it's
just
from-
telling you that when you bought this, you had to use Jamestown.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So I could use any of these 3 to do an attack.
From that location.
So I'm gonna
Are you at your?
get 2 food,
We're an hour ahead.
and then I'm gonna buy Mr. Rule. That into this gift card, and that he cost me 1.
Tim, I gotta ask, do you have Catastrophe Games socks you're wearing also? So you got the polo, the jacket, the hat. Is there like
They're in the
Catastrophe
laundry.
branded
Gotten
underwear?
that too.
They're in the laundry.
And in my embroidered Jordache. Yeah.
Is there,
Should
is
have
there
that.
Catastrophe branded
That'll
underwear?
be next
Because
year.
that would,
That'll be
if that's the case, I don't want to know.
as the guy who
guys-
doesn't go anywhere without a hockey shirt that's emblazoned with his name and a giant ass armchair dragoons. Okay. Yeah, I'm the guy over advertising.
Think about the lanyards for your next product.
Yeah.